So so right now so right now the slider is set to a little bit incline. So right now this slider is set to a little incline level, so it's not level, angle. So so right now this slider is set to a little incline angle. This is not level. So if you have a like a almost 20 degrees angle and you have a like a very heavy setup, the motor module will just stop working. So right now we're set to a little angle. So right now this slider is set to a little bit angle, incline. So if you set the angle a little bit too steep, the motor module will just stop working. It will say, oh, your tension's too low. But if you have some like bouncy band or like rubber bands, you can like just hook it up over here. Then it will help you to like push the entire setup up. To prevent the this will prevent your setup just like slip down by itself or the motor module will just work in overload. This will prevent your camera just slide down. This will prevent your camera setup just slide down by itself or let the motor module to work overload. But this only work with like almost 20 degrees. If you are going to go 45 or even 90 degrees, you got in my Jesus. But this only works with but this rubber band tips only but this rubber band tip only we can only use the rubber band tips. We can only use these tips. We can only use this rubber band trick to do like a 20 degrees incline level. If you do like 45 or even 90, you gotta need to buy another module from Edichrome. But I think this is like, but this is like a, but this is like a easy and affordable. But this rubber band trick is like a easy and affordable trick to like make the motor module at least do a little bit. And but this rubber band trick, this rubber band trick is like this rubber band trick is like affordable and it just prevent any this rubber band trick is just like this rubber band trick is just like a safety. You prevent your this rubber band trick is just like a safety because you don't want your incline time lapse just stop in the middle of the shoot because your tension is too low. So this rubber band just can support the motor module to like basically Jesus Christ. So the rubber band trick is basically a safety because if you have a little incline time lapse, you don't want to like your time lapse fail in the middle of your shoot. So this is like a safety, just like take more stress out of the motor module and make the incline slightly success rate higher. Make the success rate higher. This rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your 10-hour time lapse failed in the middle of the shoot. So this is like a easy, just make the success rate a little bit higher. This rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your slightly inclined, unlevel time lapse to fail in the middle of the shoot. So this is like you can get higher success rate with some rubber bands. So this rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your time. This rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your 10-hour time lapse to fail in the middle of the shoot. So this is like higher your shooting success rate. So this rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your 10-hour time lapse to fail in the middle of the shoot that you are not aware of. This rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your 10-hour time lapse to fail in the middle of the shoot because the tension is too low. So yep, rubber band trick will like higher your success rate to just take away more stress. So the rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your slightly inclined unlevel slider and failed in the middle of a 10-hour time-lapse shoot. So the rubber band trick is like a safety because you don't want your slightly unlevel slider to fail in the middle of a 10-hour time-lapse shoot. So yeah, this rubber band will basically increase your success rate. Yep, this is what I'm talking about.